Shalom, shalom. First of all, so say Kalam Leo, Bashima Shabbat Shema Kakadash. I the bonus, the El's and Apostle, Great Most on Chief Master, who won't teach well. And brother here, Shema Shema Bunny Hoda. Listen to this, video real quick. Keep it real short, sweet, because I gotta get out of here and go to work. So praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Revelation 14:3 goes into that. They sung as a word a new song. Was it before the Lamb? Right, and then with that one, they go back to Matthew, the 11th chapter, and then go into, that song, man. I believe that's where it's at. We piped onto you. You have not danced. Right, so this song is the truth. We're piping unto you, right, to everyone. And our people, right, the nations. We tell them too, right. But the nation is just a witness, against them, really, right? Because they come and turn against us, they laugh at us. It's a witness against them, and we're out there just to tell them of their destruction. We're not there to tell them there's salvation. We'll tell them that mercy will be extended to them, right? They'll go back to their own land and things like that after that 1,000-year time period. But you really don't even have to go that far with them. We just tell them of their coming destruction and enslavement, right? And then we go into, the things that they've done against our people, for the sins and evils that they've done against our people, right? It's not just, we're just to put you in slavery, whatever, right? There's a reason for it, right? For that, and then really, if you really just want to be technical, you don't have to go as deep with them. These nations all belong unto us anyway. If you go all the way back to Genesis, the first chapter, right? The sons of Adam, were pretty much given. Adamites were given, control of the world, man. Control over, these other nations. They were, made to be at the top, right? Their spiritual power and everything, right? They control the animals and speak to animals, right? They were made for sole purpose to have rule over the other nations, right? It was just, Eve, going off and, pretty much dealing and talking with these other nations and, starting listening to their philosophies, right? And going off is what, got things messed up and got us in a jam, right? Really bad jam. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king, right? And, we have a king, man. King David, man. Mashallah. When he was here, I think he passed on, is in the spiritual world, right? But yeah, he is, right? So, like it says in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, we would be sent to a land that we knew not, serve gods that we don't know, right? Wood and stone, Catholic Church, the Christian Church, and Islam, right? The big three, right? These wicked false religions out here. And, we would be here with our king, man. Our king was here with us. He was reincarnated over here, and that was a prophecy that would happen. He served bondage with us, right? Right, but in the kingdom, we'll be with him. He'll be, among the 12, right? Because among the 12 is Peter. Peter was, King David, right? Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and the harp. For the Lord takes pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Right? And meekness means humble. Right? Humility. Now, I went into that 2 days ago. I meant to do a video yesterday, but I fucked up. I made the video too late. I should have did the video earlier in the day, but I just didn't do it. I was like, I'll do it when I get home, but that's just not how it works with me. I go to gym, do all this stuff, I'll just be tired and laying in bed, and then I won't make the video. So, I have to have better self-control and, get up early and, while I'm making breakfast, or maybe not while I'm making breakfast, maybe before I'm making breakfast, just go into my video and get it done. Right? There's no excuses. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. right? Right, the faithful, right, chosen, the holy people, the Israelites, right? We beautify, take pleasure in His people, right? Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, right? To execute that vengeance upon these heathen, man, for the things that they've done unto us, right? And the two-edged sword, is that spiritual power, man. We're gonna, use violence against these other nations, right? Bring them down, put them in slavery, right? Bring them to our land, right? And have them build up, our land, because Israel's gonna get hit with nukes. Right? That land needs to be cleansed. So when we descend down, New Jerusalem descending out of heaven, that's when, we're just gonna grab these nations up and have them build, our kingdom, man. All the gates, certain things aren't even mentioned, but you can only imagine how amazing it's gonna be. He talks about certain minerals like gold and things like that are gonna be used. So you can only imagine how beautiful it's gonna be. Eyes have not seen, or ears heard, what the Most High has prepared for those that love Him. Right. So the Most High has a special reward for those that love Him and that diligently keep His ways. Right. And that's why we push so hard and we don't quit. Right. To execute judgment upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, right? Because these elites, right, in their bunkers and in the other places, we're going to go get them, right? Like it says in Amos, though the highest Mount Carmel, then shall my hand find them, the hand power, and things like that. He's going to send His people, he's going to send, the elect, to go grab them up, hem them up, and bring them and capture them, right? Like they came to our land to capture us, and we were in fear, running for our lives. They're going to be in fear, right? They're going to be the ones getting captured, and they're going to be dragged off to our land and forced to, build, right? We'll make them build. If they don't want to build, we put belt to ass and revive them and put more belt to ass until they want to do, they follow orders. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all His saints, praise ye the Lord, right? So it's going to be, we're just going to be doing what is written at the end of the day. So, these nations can get mad, they can get upset, which they are mad and upset at us for preaching this truth. When you go out there, you'll see them. You'll see them, they'll be upset, they'll be mad. I saw a lot. Maybe not at the main camp, I didn't see it so much. Well, at least not now. I mean, now it's warming up. Everybody's gonna start coming out more. But I saw it over on the weekday camp for a long time. These guys would people would just come up and just have bullshit. I think there was one time some Edomite, he was an actor, he came up and the was like, man, you're an actor. And after he left, he's like, yeah, these actors get pretty much paid to play a part, paid to lie. So of course they don't believe anything you say. Right? And it makes sense. Right? And these devils, they like to lie, man. Right? They're strange from the womb. They're born speaking lies. So let that be that. And though will be edified, and I say shalom.